We'll head over to East Africa now, where Kenya's fight against malaria has gained new momentum through the extensive deployment of an injectable drug called artesunate. It's manufactured by the Chinese pharmaceutical company Fosun Pharma. Scientists say it has helped improve the treatment of malaria in areas where the disease is prevalent. CGTN's Nick Mudimba has more.
Fosun Pharma's second-generation artesunate for injection, marketed under the Artesunate brand name, has proven effective in treating severe malaria cases in Africa. With many areas around Kenya being malaria endemic areas, the introduction of the second-generation artesunate will guarantee healthcare workers ease of administration and also speedy recovery for patients in both children and adults. The injectable drug is an addition to other existing interventions to tackle the spread of malaria, like indoor spraying, vaccines and deployment of insecticide-treated nets, which the country is relying on to achieve a zero malaria target in the near future.
Artesunate is a big invention to this country and the people in Africa and for malaria, because previously, quinine used to be a very difficult drug to use. You had to be admitted, you had to get it 8 hourly. It had so many side effects, and so many people dropped out and many people died. But then came in artesunate, which was being given by injection, and you can be given as an outpatient. And so that has changed the management of malaria, severe malaria, to be a purely inpatient, to be something that you can actually manage both in and outpatient.
Fosun Pharma's self-innovated second-generation artesunate for injection, basin, was approved by the World Health Organization pre-qualification, becoming the first artesunate injectable presented with a single solvent system.
The second generation of artesunate, which is a self-development by Fosun Pharma, is already being approved, pre-qualified by WHO in June of this year, and we also registered in this second generation product to 18 countries. And I believe in the near future, the second generation of artesunate will be widely used in African countries.
Its widespread use is expected to become a game changer in the fight against malaria.
The last child we saw was a child who came with malaria, very high parasite count, 4%. And this child came prostrated, which means the child was just lying there very sick, feverish, not feeding, vomiting. But once we began IV artesunate, it worked very well. Within 24 hours, the child was able to sit up, was able to feed, and we had cleared the parasites when we repeated the malaria blood slide.
To the 2 vials of solvent needed with conventional.
Just like in other major sectors, China is keen to utilize the Belt and Road Initiative to strengthen cooperation in healthcare. It is in line with this that Fosun Pharma has actively participated in the Chinese government's program on assistance to Africa in fighting diseases such as malaria.
Now this second generation is much more easier to give. It's a dose, and even it's easier to mix.
The WHO African region continues to carry a disproportionately high share of the global malaria burden. In 2021, it was home to about 95% of all malaria cases and 96% of deaths. Children under 5 years of age accounted for about 80% of all malaria deaths in the region. The world's popular malaria medicine, artemisinin, was discovered by a Chinese national, Tu Yuyu, and her team. From the discovery of artemisinin to the innovation of artesunate and the worldwide clinical application of artemisinin-based malaria treatment, Fosun Pharma has taken over from Tu Yuyu's team and led the international deployment of artemisinin-based innovative drugs. The Future Stars program has also been initiated by the Chinese firm. It aims to enhance the skills of local healthcare workers in line with the Chinese government's effort to promote talent development on the continent. Nick Mudimba, CGTN, Kisumu County, Kenya.